got the money man in here. Don't forget the money man though. This the money man. This is Wells Fargo. This is what they call it? Fort Knox. What's the other they got? Wells Fargo, Bank of America. This is the guy right here. They call him Money. He is Money Power.
Money Power, Money Power. One of those.
That's Money Power there. Big money.
People ask you that.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to BTA, Behind the Artist. We back with another episode, and today we got a special guest.
Wille, Perkins, Coach, Boxing.
Coach Wille Perkins in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming, my brother. Appreciate you for having us.
Appreciate you
know
for
what
inviting me.
Hey, you know, we got a lot to cover dealing with you right here, man. So we gonna start when you was a kid. You know, I always like to start my interviews off. You know, I want to get your background. You know what I'm saying? Where you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
What part?
Greenville, North Carolina.
Greenville.
Yeah.
Well, I done been down there and you heard of Henderson?
Yeah, in the back.
I done been down there in Henderson. You know what I mean?
Tarboro, I know all them places.
Okay. Did you grow up there?
Yeah, I grew up in Ayton, North Carolina, which is the town right next to it. They connect all these little places like connect. You go 50 yards, you right to another little town. To the
Right.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
I'm 6'4".
Okay, so I always ask, you know, how everybody's upbringing was because it's different for everybody. So, what was your upbringing like in North Carolina?
Growing up in the South, I remember all the ugliness that everybody is like really trying to turn it back to.
Right.
Racism. When school wasn't immigrated, I went through all that stuff, going immigrated and transported over to the white schools, and you know, just.
So you was in the segregated school?
Yes, I got.
And then transferred.
Right, we was all black school. We got transferred to the white school, which they broke down the wall.
What was that like?
It was a learning experience because now you're dealing with pretty much, you say, your adversary right there in your face, and even though they're young, they may not know what was going on, but you only can do what you're taught.
Right.
I understood that at an early age. As a kid, you dealing with another kid, they only bring out the venom that's been put in them, whether it's their parents or whatever person that they've been associating with.
Damn, that's crazy. So you was around with the white only water fountains.
I seen all of that. Colored bathroom. My mom worked for white people. You had to go around to the back to see them and all these things. So discipline was like something key in my household, meaning that you had a responsibility and you took care of your responsibility.
Right.
Regardless of your age, because back then, your parents they caught a hard time. They had to leave and go somewhere and check on you because they were already catching it for the person they working with.
Right.
And then they gotta leave there and go and check on you while you spelling up. So that's why I understand when they said take a visit to raise a child. Back then that was very, very true.
Right, for sure.
You went across town and you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you got it over there, and when you got home, you got it again. So you just got to carry yourself.
See, that system gone. You know what I mean? We need that system back in place because, you know, kids go everywhere, they ain't got no monitoring. You know what I mean? But I'm like, what kind of effect, you know, like did that have on you? Like, did you see like a effect when you got older from
yes, it had an effect on me. It's just that one, it built a mechanism in me that I know who I am and know your worth.
Right.
And that comes from putting time in and developing things that you said that you want to do or want to be.
Right.
So that was my focus. You know, I'm the youngest of 6 in the family, and you know what I mean? I just watched my brothers, them growing up, my sisters, them growing, so.
Okay. How many brothers you got?
I had 3 brothers, 2 sisters, and an inherited brother, which, long story short, but.
Right.
Yeah,
he part of the family.
I thought it was my brother when he grew up, because they told him he at the table eating everything, you know what I mean? come in the house, sleep. Who are you? You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the point growing up. But yeah, he was my brothers, my two older brothers, best friends, and right to this day, still brother.
Did any of your brothers box?
All of them.
All of them?
We played football, we wrestled, we ran track, we did all the sports that the school had awesome.
Okay, so you said your brothers boxed?
Brothers boxed. Well, boxing allowed me to express my inner man. More so than any other sports. Kickboxing, it was cool, but boxing, you built more of a camaraderie with people you were around. You ran into more people boxing than you did the kickboxing, not only the fame that came with it. You know, growing up watching Muhammad Ali, and I remember sitting on my dad's knee and with his friends and stuff, listening to fights on the radio when he would show them on television, blow by blow. Right? At that time, he was Classic Clay.
Right.
And everybody used to talk about Classic Clay. That was our black Superman.
Yeah, that was a different era back then.
He was the guy that really brought out that part to me, out of me.
Okay, so Cassius Clay. That was a superhero.
That was the Superman of the day.
Okay. Now, how did you end up going from, boxing with your family, to actually turning into Coach Wille? How did that even transpire?
Okay, transparent to Coach Wille. Just growing up watching my brother do his thing, he became champion of the world, kickboxing. Got to be around high profile people when I was young, seeing the likes of Wilbur Benitez. Eventually wound up signing a fight contract. He fought for Angelo Dundee. Chris Dundee was their trainer and manager for a moment. And just kind of kept it going, man. And it was
so seeing it firsthand, with your brother doing it, that just gave you more fire to just be not in the ring, but on the outside?
Yes, and also it let me see how an individual, how strong a person will is, because in the boxing, they'll pose a lot more on you than in the kickboxing.
Right.
Even though both of them brutal. But the boxing just was a lot faster pacing. Like I said, my hero.
Right.
Watching this guy, man, I didn't want to hear nothing else but this guy.
Because he had legendary footwork. Legendary footwork.
A lot of legendary everything.
Okay, so how old were you, like, when you made that transition, like from running around with your brother to getting your first fighter that you was training?
Well, following up from school, I was in the military, boxing in the military, and
oh, so let's backtrack. You boxed in the military then?
Yes.
What you said, Fort Benning, where you was at?
I boxed for Fort Bragg. I started Fort Benning, parachute school. I was a paratrooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
This man done did it all. This man jumping out of airplanes, helicopters, boxing, kickboxing. Good gracious. All right, so do you remember your first boxer that actually took off?
I had top amateur fighters. You always experience, at least me, I never had anything given to me in sport. So I'm pretty much like a guy. You give me some flour, I'm gonna make a biscuit. And that's pretty much from what I've done throughout my boxing. And I had several prominent amateurs coming up through the rankings that ranked highly in the United States in the top 5. Right on up until I really started really locking in on the pros. And I think
when was that?
That was in the 80s, 87, 88, 89,
okay,
90. Yahya McClain was probably the first pro.
Your first biscuit.
Right, that I really had my hands in and helped molding him and shaping him, and he became 2-time world champion.
And who is he again?
Yahya McClain, Layla Ali first husband, her ex-husband, her first husband.
Yeah, so let me see, you said that was like 88, 89.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was the first like real fighter, like on another level? Like,
there was a young lady by the name Israel Gergar. She wound up becoming world champion later on. She fought Christian Martin. I invested a lot of work, and in boxing, anybody know about music world, they kind of react the same, for the business wise,
right?
All the other things. But from there to and I wound up with O'Neal Bill, 13 amateur fights. He became undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world.
Okay.
He had a little technicality on the way there, and things happened. Then he had his friend that was there, Tony Davis. He started boxing late, wound up fighting for the world title 3 times. And numerous contenders throughout the way. He said goodbye, well, fought for the heavyweight championship of the world for me. Travis Walker, another big puncher guy, was in position contenders. So I've been around boxing at the elite, the Wilders. I know everybody down there,
right.
The JDs and the Cuz, before the guy got the prominence. So I know my way around in boxing. I know a lot of people. I watched Floyd Mayweather even before he ever became a pro, training here in Atlanta when the 96 Olympics were kicked out. All of them used to come to the gym. So each country had a X amount of time to come to the gym and train, and they would go. So I watched that guy, and all that Rashad Wells. He was another guy that wound up winning a bronze medal out of Atlanta in 96. I helped the dad with him off and on. Anthony Hendrick was another 88 Olympian, big story behind him. I trained him for a while, so I've been doing my thing, got the chance to training camps a couple times with the Klitschko's.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, what camps?
Cotto.
What camps have you been in? You been in the Tyson camp?
Oscar when he was young.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Been around the Vanna and trained the Vanna son.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because being in the training camps, that's what people don't see. Behind the scenes, all the hard work. Have you had any like hard head boxers that they ain't want to listen?
Oh, that's all the time. That's every day, and that's one of the things that all the coaches we always say. Listen. That means some information is coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is like your main training key point to make a fighter cut it on? Like to cut his spirit on, to get in the mode of being a fighter.
Well, I say one, you have to be self-motivated, right? When you self-motivated, it's easy to get somebody else to join the party.
Right.
So.
But a lot of them, they could talk like they're motivated, but I know when they get in that ring, it's a different story.
Absolutely.
So, what does Coach Wille do to go on and?
Well, I always talk about the goals. What's your goal?
Okay.
What you want out of boxing. You know what I mean? Because everybody come in boxing, they want something out of boxing. I never met a person that came in boxing and said, no, I don't want nothing. Either they want to be an Olympian or they want to be a world champion or something. So I always remind them, your goals. Are you on your goals? So we talk about it periodically. So in the gym, it's a process. And I know that, and a lot of times they be overzealous and think that they can turn from this to that in a matter of time. I know it's a process.
Right.
But the consistency. Yeah, that's the key, being consistent.
Okay. Consistent with the belief.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense, because even with the podcast, gotta believe in myself to have the courage to even sit down and talk.
And
you know what I mean?
But consistent.
Exactly.
Because when you're consistent, something is going to change.
It build up.
You're pushing something against the force.
Yes. So, you was around in the Tyson era, right? So, was you ever at any like his camps or anything?
I've been around him like close. My brother, like I said, my brother boxed with him, but I've been around him close. I know other people around him. I never like own him, but I've been in several different occasions, multiple conversations with him. Very fair, smart guy.
Tyson.
Yes.
He gotta be. A lot of people. That's why I was asking, because like I say, the training camps and actually being around the person that's the part that people don't see. They just see the fighter. So people will look at Tyson and just think he just a savage.
No, because my first encounter with my brother went to camp with him, and I'm like, oh,
beast.
Yeah. Not on that Bone Crusher Smith. That was another guy right out of Smithfield, North Carolina. He became the world champion. Lost the title. The Tyson helped my brother and Bone Crusher. They were real good friends there. So I got to see a lot of stuff. But in training camp, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Make or break.
Yeah, because you know what you're there for. So what it does, it kind of eliminates you from all the other daily activity things that you normally do to keep you from being 100%, so you can focus
and lock you in.
Yeah, you gotta get locked in.
So what, they like go out of town for training camps or what? How they do that? It
behooves you to do it because when you out of, that means it's taking you from one element and they put you in another element.
Right.
So you can focus.
Right.
So when you're in training camp, there's no, hey, I gotta run over here to the school because something going on. All these things gotta be taken care of because sometimes you could, like we could be in California up in Big Bear or Poconos or wherever the camp may be you chose. You know what I mean? But you try to get away from your common everyday situation.
Yeah, you know, I did my homework, so I know you done been around. Like what's the most craziest situation or state that you've been in dealing with boxing?
The craziest thing I think I've been involved with in boxing, USA Tuesday night fight. There was a good fight going on. The fight was over with. The two fighters was familiar with each other. So they was just in the ring just chawing at each other. Fight was over with. The next thing you know, a little scuffle here and there. And so we all just sitting back looking at it. And next thing I see, here come this dude's trainer. He gets in the middle of it and everybody like, dude, whatever. And they got to push and tussle. And I see the dude like, he trying to stomp my guy in the face. So I ran it, I seen everything unfold, and I was just came across the ring and just bowled into him to knock him out the way, not try to hurt him, not try to get involved, like don't escalate this no more where you go. And it just went crazy.
Man,
next thing you know, the ring will fill up with police officers and all kind of things, and so they would wind up getting the ring cleared and got people in the corner and got like, I got this, take these people out here, you okay, and something like that. Other than that, yeah.
That's crazy. That's a whole Royal Rumble in there, man. What states have you been to?
Blessed, I've been to all the states in the United States.
All of them?
All of them.
Boxing, and every last one?
Yeah.
Good God almighty. What is your favorite arena? Or what was the best arena you've been in?
I like Caesar Palace.
Caesar Palace, okay.
You fight outside on the roof.
At Caesar Palace?
Yes. A lot of people didn't even know when Bo and Holyfield was fighting and the guy parachuted in. He parachuted in, the fight was outside.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was inside of Caesar Palace.
No. The MGM is cool. I've been there multiple times. You know, the walk from the back and all that. Right. The Mandalay Bay, I've done that.
Yeah, who you done walked out with?
My favorite, Madison Square Garden. I got to be in the same locker room that my hero came out of.
Exactly.
And there's always been like a dream thing. Fighting in Madison Square Garden didn't happen for some years ago.
Who was fighting? To go back, let's touch bases on, you said a guy parachuted into the fight. That's legendary.
Yes.
What happened with that?
Well, you know, they have, back there today, they had the little things going on with the radio station out there, right? So you come up with your own little stunt and they had a good chunk of money for you. So this wise guy, he decided he's gonna parachute in the middle of a championship fight. So the fight was at Caesar Palace, Holyfield and Bo. Fight going. All of a sudden, here come the guy selling in the middle
with
of the
parachute.
But he missed the center of the ring. He got caught on the ropes. So he never got in the scene. He was scrabbling between the ropes. So he wound up falling over, tangled up in his shoes. They shut down the boxing for about 30 minutes, but man, they put a whoop on him.
They beat him down.
Oh yeah.
You think he got paid though?
Oh yeah.
Think he got paid good though? Hey, that's legendary, man. Because for one, people ain't know it was outside. For one, or that somebody was getting paid to do that. Everybody think that just was a random situation. That's a jewel right there that nobody even know about. But to move forward, what would be your advice to new fighters today?
Learn your craft. Stop trying to be somebody else. Ain't but one Mayweather, one Ali, one Tyson, one this. There's nothing wrong with piggy bank off and getting, little things here and there. But you can't be that person.
Right.
I mean, so you got to harness your craft. You got to spend time at your craft. You want to be great. You got to chase greatness.
Right.
Greatness is not going to chase anyone. It's not going to knock on your door. None of these things. Everybody that I've known that was great, they got up and did the protocol to get there.
Right, and how many days you said y'all used to be on the road at training camps at a time?
We go to training camp, I'm there 35, 40, depending on how duration it is. Some guys like long camps, but I was there until it was over with, from start to finish. Now that most of the time my guys fought on the undercard of that fight, because that was part of the negotiation. You be going so long, man, and you get paid training and all that stuff, but you want to fight too.
Right.
So you gotta have a solid foundation with your family and all that stuff that you leave behind, because you don't, it'll do just like anything else when you leave it unattended.
And that's all while trying to chase a dream.
And sometimes it's not just a dream, because you got a goal and they got a goal, so you're trying to make something happen for your family. So whatever skill set that you got, whether it's a job or whatever, you gotta be there.
What is the dynamic of boxing? Like, what actually comes with boxing? Because everybody only see the boxers, but that's just the forefront.
The business.
The business.
The business. A lot of people don't understand the business of boxing. A lot of people have a lot of voices, opinions, but they don't understand the business. You have to be at the table to know what's going on. Right? And that's why, from my knowing and sitting down and seeing contracts, and there's a lot of things going on with the contract, royalties. If it's a super fight and they play that fight 20, 30 years from now, there's still money to be collected from yes. What? Yeah, just like movies. They have royalties in movies and music. They have it in fights.
I thought it was just, like a flat fee. You get paid.
No. You get paid, but there's all the little things in contract that you have to.
So them old Tyson fights. That's crazy. That's kind of like music, the music business, where they playing a song 20 years from now and you still getting paid. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
So the Tyson fights, Muhammad Ali fight, Tommy Hearn, all them old fights, they still getting checks.
You see the classic fights, somebody getting a check.
Still.
Yes.
30 years.
30 years, 40 years, 50 years, they're all classic. They set in themselves, they're in a place all by themselves.
I had no idea about that. I thought it was, like I say, just straight up boxing. You get your flat fee. You either win or you lose. The winner get the higher pot. The loser get the lower pot, ain't it?
Well, it can